In a matter of 6 months, we've closed on 6 investment properties in a matter of 6 months. It's simple, easy, and possible. Stay tuned and I'll share with you how, why, and what you need to do to build your wealth in real estate. Welcome to my channel. So I'm on a rental property run, getting a key made right now for one of our rental properties. We have a great time staying in the hardware store. A little key thing reminder. So I'm gonna put extra keys on. Little tags on there. I think this is perfect. So we can label the keys. Actually, I just need this. Thank you. Just closed on the property. Another one. Yay, yay. Hey great people, hey, how are you? Welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Nichelle and I am the Startup CEO, helping small business owners, entrepreneurs to leap out of their comfort zone and start, market, grow, and profit in their own enterprise as the CEO of you. No matter if you have a job, if you have a business, I help you to start, market, grow, and profit so you can take that side hustle, turn it into your main hustle, take that main hustle and turn it into your side hustle, and you can start living the life that God states that you are deserving to have. Today, I am going to be sharing with you some real estate tips. I'm sitting outside the title company on my way in to close on another investment property. And I want to give you some quick tips that I know that I've used in order to become an avid investor. Now, if you know my story, I've shared this before, but I'm just going to give you a recap to all the new people that are here. And before I get started, if you like anything lifestyle, whether it's business, real estate, food, travel, family fun, vlogs, make sure you subscribe, okay? Because I deliver all of those to you. And make sure you hit that bell so you will always have notification when I drop a new video. So my journey has been up and down as an avid real estate investor, as an avid real estate business owner. I got caught in that mess in 2006, 2007 with the housing crash and all of that. And at one time, we owned tons of property and we were in partnership with others, and all of that's another story. Okay. But I want to share with you today, I put a video out that kind of almost went viral, from my opinion. But I was talking to you about why you should invest in real estate. So a couple of things that I want to share with you if you decide to get in the business of real estate and why. Okay. So 5 things that I think you really need to know when investing in real estate. Number 1, know what your bottom line is. Know what you have to bring to the table. Know how much skin you have in a game. That's a lot of number ones. But it really boils down to the fact of real estate is not a cheap business to get in, but it's a doable business and it's a profitable business. Number 2, make certain that you know how much time you can devote to the business. If you're a buy and hold type of person, that is someone who buys real estate investment purposes, rental purposes, and they hold the property for quite some time, or maybe not even a lot of time, until the property reaches a value where they feel comfortable of selling it. Buy and hold. If that's what you desire to do, know what your break-even points are, because I think a lot of times, I know from previous experience being in the business of real estate, I necessarily did not know all the time what my break-even point was, and I would find myself upside down in the situation where I wasn't making enough profit to even sustain the property that I owned. So your break-even point is very important. And number 3, make sure that you have a little nest egg on the side. I bought a property last month as well, and already I need to do some repairs on it. When you are renting the property, a lot of times people don't care about the property like you would, so they're not necessarily going to take care of it like you would, and you have to be prepared for miscellaneous things happening. So reserves are always important, and I'm always baffled when people say you could start the business of real estate with no money. Yeah, you can, but you better have some. And that is a word to the wise, because things happen, life happens, and again, people don't take care of your property like you would. Number 3, you want to make sure that you have a system in place when you're not available, especially if you work a full-time job, because if you do not have a system in place, then you're going to have things that get long-winded. You're going to have things that if you don't take care of it right now, it becomes a problem, and you are possibly going to find yourself in more trouble than you would if you did not have a system in place. And what do I mean by a system in place? A system in place is you have people on reserve or standby for repairs that are needed. You have a maintenance crew, you have a work crew that can come in and take care of things as soon as they happen. So make sure you have a system in place that you can pick up a phone and say, go out to this property, or you know how to do the work yourself, where you can go out there and check on it and make sure that it is good. Number 4, you want to always drive by your properties, okay? Because as I mentioned, people don't take care of your stuff like you would, and occasionally I found in driving past properties that people were loitering. Is that it? You know what I'm trying to say. They had crap all in front of the house, and you end up getting a citation or a fine. And that can literally take away from your bottom line and your financial profitability if you are not mindful and aware of what's going on with your properties. Now, I don't spy on my tenants, but I make sure, being that my name is on that property, that I know what's going on with the property. I also get to know my neighbors. That's number 5. Get to know the neighbors of the property that you're buying, because they can be kind of your eyes when you're not there, so it don't look like you're so spy driving around the property looking at the property. Your neighbors can kind of make you aware, especially if it's a vacant property like the one I'm buying right now is currently vacant. The previous properties I bought this year have been occupied, which is I secured a tenant that was already there, and those are pros and cons that I'm gonna share with you in another video. But when it's vacant, or even if somebody's there, your neighbors, by getting to know your neighbors, they can be your eyes when you're not there, and they can let you know what's going on with the property. They can kind of give you some updates about the property even before you buy it. I'll make that number 6. Talk to the neighbors before you buy a property, because if the neighbors are not happy there, more than likely when you buy the property, a tenant that moves there, they're not going to be happy as well. And then sometimes I've even noticed where neighbors see that the property is for rent or for sale, and when somebody come over, they begin talking to the proposed people that are planning on living there. So if you are aware of what's going on in the neighborhood before you buy the property and before you solicit it for rent or even for sale, you want to be aware of those things, because it can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. You can be investing in something that's literally going to cost you more money in the long run, like per se if it's in a neighborhood where a lot of crime is, or per se if it's in a neighborhood where they're changing municipality codes and all that kind of stuff. The more you are aware of what you're buying and the neighborhood that you're buying into, the more advantageous you will be, and the more leverage you have as a buy and hold, as a renter and an investor, so, or if you're selling it as well. So keep those 5 tips in mind, because those 5 tips have literally not only helped transform my business, being that I mentioned to you I was in a business before the mortgage crash and the real estate crash, and I made so many mistakes I can't even count them in one lifetime. But the second time going through investing, and I'm just beginning to build my investment portfolio up again, I'm learning different ways to do business. I'm learning more profitable ways to do business and more sustainability ways to do business. Because if you do not do business to sustain the business, then you're going to find yourself out of the business. And that's with any business you do. Sustainability is so key and so important. And what is sustainability? Sustainability is really having a format, a plan, a guideline to help you in times of struggle, in times of lack of understanding about things. Bottom line, going back to systems. Systems save your life, okay? And a system can be developed by any means of you understanding what you do, how you do it, what your goals are, what you plan to get out of the business or the opportunity that you're pursuing. Systems are great. And the more that you have systems in place, teams with you. I never understand when people tell me they do it all by themselves, because in any business that I operate, any business that I help other people operate, you can't do it by yourself. You get overwhelmed. Things happen, life happens, and you can't do everything by yourself. I learned not to be a superwoman a long time ago. When I stopped stopped trying to be superwoman, I started seeing things transform in my life as well. I started becoming more productive. I became more goal oriented, and I became more profitable. When I learned that I need to outsource some things, that's another video as well. When I needed to learn how to outsource some things in order to make my life consistent, in order to make my life less stressful. Business, you're in business to make money, but you're also in business to build a life outside of the current life that you have, and that could be a job. So you don't want to make owning a business like a job. You want to make owning a business, doing the business of real estate or whatever type of business you're doing, you want to make that as pleasurable as you possibly can. Even though some days it gets hard, it gets hectic, it gets stressful, you want to make it as pleasurable as you possibly can. So those are my few tips. I am
we get down to the beat, y'all. We get down to the beat, y'all.
So I wanted to drop this
we get
video
down to the beat, y'all. It's like we're not going anywhere. Maybe it's because there's something in the air. And I don't even care, no, I don't even care anymore. It's like we're losing all track of time. I just got one thing on my mind. Baby, one day